me up. Pick me up, Joe. Don't fall in. I'm looking at myself. All right.
Yeah, you take them right there.
All right.
What do you suggest?
And he's like, whoa.
Oh, you've been on boats before?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. You know, tie knots.
Yes.
Yeah, roger that. We're going to stay there. Thank you. That's a great idea.
I gave you the speech already, right? Don't pick up. If you see something that doesn't look like you should pick it up, don't pick it up, right? Watch out for nails in the wood. All the pieces of wood out there broke off from something, so they usually have nails in them. So watch out for that. Medical waste, of course, look out for that. And just work as a team sometimes, that's even better. One person holds the bag open and the other person can just drop the garbage in. That's about it.
Hi everyone, I'm Captain Rob, and this is Operation Splash.
Splash was founded in 1990 by Joanne Grover, what we'd like to call the power of one.
It's all about the power of one. One person 20 years ago took it upon herself to take this project on, which with all the members that we have now is not even close to stemming the tides. And yet everybody knows how futile it is, but we know we have to do something.
She had come home from college and wanted to save the world, and Mr. Grover said, why don't you start in Freeport because it's a mess, and Splash was born.
One of the common things we do is address the visual debris and flat stand out in the waterways.
We have, I think, about 6 boats now, and we go out on a daily basis with our fellow members, and we pick up whatever trash we can.
There's plenty available captains. Some boats have 2 or 3 captains so that we can get the boats out there, you know, every day in the summer months, in the spring, weather permitting.
I basically is sort of an animal really about it, that nobody really wants to go out with me, is because I really pack the boat up with a lot of garbage.
You be prepared. You're going to sleep like a log when you get home with him. I mean, he is a one-man band. It's unbelievable, unbelievable.
It's only really 2 trips, and I have basically a 10-yard dumpster filled to the top where the doors can't even close. Sometimes I have to wait an extra few more days for, for the dumpster to be empty.
And then they want to know how my boat is filled up sky high, 3 stories high with garbage, It's like I come here, I park the boat, and I'm here all day. From like about 10:30 till maybe sometimes 8:30 at night. But as you can see right here, I mean, you got to be careful that, you don't step on one of these babies that can actually just go through your foot. And this is just on what's on top of the water that comes over here. I mean, you can't imagine what actually sinks in the water. So it's like, you got to figure it's twice as more out there than you can imagine.
A lot of people think we enjoy picking up other people's trash. There is no enjoyment in picking up trash when you know that you can spend hours and hours and hours on something that would have been just so simple for somebody to take and dispose of. So the enjoyment that we get out of this thing is more not enjoyment but fulfillment, because when you get in there and you can actually see that you're making a difference, that's what we get out of it.
A lot of these bottles that have been out here a while, maybe the bucket itself, well, this is kind of fresh. You could actually just break it. It just crumbles up in your hand from it being out here so long. I don't know if I can find something to show you. Yeah, something similar to this in a way, yeah. You can see how it just cracks. When they get even older, it just crumbles to comes out in pieces. And you feel like you want to cry because it's been out here so long.
I mean, I've been doing this for such a long time, and it's just that there's nobody out there that really wants to do it. And I can see why. I mean, really got to be crazy to, you know, take your time off on a Saturday and Sunday, not be with your family, go out there and do it. I actually got down one day and said to myself that I really needed the help. I started to cry. You know, I thank God for the Lord. He helped me out. I ended up finding Operation Splash. I called Rob Weltner. I said, listen, if you want this bay cleaned up, you give me a dumpster at Zach's Bay, you give me a dumpster at the fishing piers, give me something to put all this garbage in. Well, I didn't hear from him until a month later when he called and said, no, Rob, where would you like your dumpster? And I practically dropped the phone. I was still on my jet ski, and then he ended up giving me a boat.
Thank you, Rob.
Here's a boat. Here's anything you need, Rob.
Anything you need, buddy. That's it. Now look how clean this place looks.
Guys like you don't come along every day.
And hauling the garbage back every other day. I was going out maybe 3-4 times a week. I wasn't even logging the garbage. It was just so much. I just didn't care. I just wanted to get it all out of there.
A lot of people ask how Splash is addressing the larger issues of garbage pollution. And it's not just about garbage pickup. It's a little more involved than that.
And we realize that there's a lot more to be done that's below the surface. So Splash is bringing some innovative ideas to our elected officials to help clean up the actual water itself.
The biggest connection that we can all make together today is to realize that all of this garbage ended up out here through storm drains.
Is if you picture the roof of your home and all the rain that falls on that roof has to go into a gutter and then it gets flushed out into the street or into your garden or whatever. All of the water, goes one place. Stormwater runoff does that with all of the land. So now all that water that used to go into the ground gets directed by pipes underground into the nearest stream or lake.
And that all ends up out in the bay. So anything, literally, that is on the curb, anything that you throw out your window that washes down into a storm drain, is going to eventually make its way out these outfall pipes, reach the bay, travel, and find a spot to land.
Operation Splash needed to find out where all the pollutants were coming from that we were picking up in the South Shore bays. We started looking upstream. What we found was an old antiquated stormwater system that every time it rained, all this unfiltered trash behind me would end up in the system and flush out into the bay.
So there's a lot of manual work involved, physical manual work involved. Get guys to volunteer their time. You can appreciate what it takes in hours because somebody doesn't bother to throw something, recycle it, or dispose of it properly. We're out there covering thousands of acres trying to find this stuff and pull it out by hand, which is extremely difficult and obviously not cost efficient. If it was anything but volunteers, we'd never be able to afford to do it.
Right. Excellent. Really excited about the whole event. Okay, that's great. I don't know what our number count is so far. You have any idea?
It seems pretty decent.
What would you think from what you saw?
Well, you know what? We have 100 wristbands per bag, and we already got rid of 2 bags, so it's 200 plus. And we have half going now.
Hey guys, thanks very much. Let me take these bags from you, okay? And go ahead and get those bags and bring them right back out here. And come on right back. Thanks very much.
Today's cleanup is something we've been doing for a real long time. This is Op Splash 22. Today's area that we hit is Bay Park. We have never done one of our spring cleanups here before. We came down here and did a little recon, and the place, it was pretty horrific, man. It was as bad as it gets.
The amount of garbage that we pick up here is what these animals have to live in. The storm drain outflows are contributing to a huge problem. We have answers, we have solutions to try to clean up the waterway, put an insert in, clean it up, and we won't have this issue. But obviously we're having a great time, people are enjoying themselves.
But we always had between 150 and 250 people, and today I heard the numbers around 270.
And hopefully you'll be here next year to have fun.
The amount of garbage that we collect every year, like I said, we work with our partners at the town of Hempstead. We fill up the barge, they come take the barge. They take all of that garbage out of the barge, put it into a truck, and the trucks have to go over a weigh scale. And it came out to 29,720 pounds. If you try to picture how much a water bottle weighs or a potato chip bag or whatever, 15 tons of that's a lot of plastic and crap. So that's how we figure out how much garbage we collect. And over 21 years of Operation Splash, we estimate that we've removed over 1 million pounds of garbage from just our local bays, in Nassau County in the last 21 years. And to think what it would look like, man, I mean, nobody would live here.
We recently hit 1 million pounds of garbage. It's a significant figure, but we're still scratching the surface because even though we've gotten that much, there's much more out to be picked up. And it's a constant thing. It's not that we're ever going to be out of work. We're always going to have a job. So it's just the beginning for us.